What's up guys, Cloudie here, checking in with the update list and sneak peek for the second update of May, and this video is brought to you by wrong line. So yeah, let's talk about the update list and the sneak peek. We have a developer's note for, or inside note or behind the scenes note for Isaiah, and then there is some even stuff that we can look at. Also, don't forget that the hype for the chapter 10 final or whatever is now up, so don't forget to log in daily and get your stuff, because there are some pretty good stuff in the mail. You don't have to do anything, you just need to log into the game. And of course there is also the registration event, which hopefully you already did, so you don't miss out on all the good stuff. Let's see, the final update is coming next week, which will be yeah, we don't really know too much about it. That looks like the Shield of Light, I guess, and those look like troops there. Alright, so on top of that we are getting special costumes for the three main protagonists, Castle, Frey and Klaus. I really like the Frey one. Castle and Klaus kind of look like what we had before with the wedding costumes and then the superstar or idol ones, so those are alright, just not terribly great if you ask me. But yeah, Frey is super cute. Maybe it's just because she's a girl and that's why I like her more. Whatever. There is also an event which was mentioned in the pre-registration page, that there is this tier 5 level 100 jumping pass for the three heroes. Through this super pass mission you will be able to obtain rewards such as 5-star unique gear ticket and soulstone, but these are limited to Castle, Frey and Klaus. I'm not quite sure what this jumping mission will be. There was a ticket on the pre-registration page shown, so might be that you get stuff so you can tier 5 them really easily, or it might be that you need to get them to tier 5 level 100 and then you get unlock rewards as you progress through that. I guess you find out next week. The May's new hero, Isaiah, is revealed, who is one of the primal demons, and we can look at her a bit more in depth in the developer note about her. She looks really pretty and very evil. So, class, priest. After all, she is not a ranged warrior. I was gonna bet my money on that, but whatever. Attack type magic. But again, in the dev note they did describe that they are planning to make her useful both in PvE and PvP and both types of teams, so both magic and physical, which is good news. She will be coming with her own special dungeon, which mainly promotes her or shows her journey to Pantheonia, where the Dark Legion is fighting the forces protecting that artifact. And after the story dungeon you will get Isaiah for free, which is quite nice, and she comes at 5 stars already. Yeah, she is really pretty. Techno magic enchant system. Now this is something that we somewhat expected after TM Gears came out with no enchanting options, so let's see how this works out. So you will be able to add enchant options to gear using enchantment cores, and depending on the types of enchantment cores you use, you will be able to add 1-3 enchant options. So it seems it won't be as super random as it was with the old enchant scrolls, but there is still a bunch of options per core. Now whether this means that there are fewer options or that there are many different type of cores remains to be seen. There will be some randomness to it, but maybe it won't be too bad. I hope if it's random, it will be like DPS stats on one core and tank stats on the other one. So it won't be like if you are trying to roll for attack and you keep getting P-block, because that will just make people really frustrated with the randomness of things. It says that depending on which part of the gear you apply the enchant option, the stats of a specific option may appear higher. That's interesting. So on a necklace you may get higher stats than on an armor piece, or is it that if, for instance, if you have a reclaimed piece, then the enchant option will be higher? Also question, if you enchant a piece and then reclaim it, do you keep your enchant or not? Or does it count like a brand new item? In the game it usually counts as a brand new item yeah, that remains to be seen. Techno magic enchantment trade, I love the name. will be added to the game. So through this you will be able to get the cores. You get 5 entry tickets per week, and you can accumulate a maximum of 20. So yeah, that's 4 weeks. If you have used up all your tickets, you will be able to charge them with rubies. There it goes, guys. You can do this 2 times a week. So this is probably something you will want to do. Kind of depends on how much it costs. Especially at the beginning when you have no enchants at all. Yeah, so that's something to keep in mind. A bit more tax on our rubies after all the trial resets, but yeah, as long as you can do it just with rubies and it doesn't cost too much, then that should be fine. The battles will be preceded in auto battles only. That's a bit disappointing, and each raid is composed of 3 stages you can access by selecting the stage. So there is more than 1 raid. They actually mentioned 2 here, which will give different cores, I believe, and I guess the stages are the difficulties. So this is kind of like a mix between small and big Shakmei, or trials even. Let's see, Arcdim. I wonder if this is an acronym to something. So through the Arcdim raid you will be able to collect enchantment cores. You can freely form a team of 8 heroes, okay? And the Arcdim X raid, you will be able to collect enchantment cores needed for Techno, Magic and Enchantment. You will have to use physical type heroes in Sector 1 Delta and magic type heroes in Sector 2 Zeta to proceed with battles. So this kinda suggests that the 2 teams will be in different locations and might be fighting entirely different enemies, and one has to be a full physical team and the other has to be a full magic team. So yeah, alright, we'll see how this plays out. I guess we find out more about it next week. Let's move on. Corrupted swimsuit costumes. That sounds, it's pretty weird at the start, but when we get to that you will see that it's actually not too bad. Theokrar, Karalakrak, Erze, Seria. I have to say I like the Lakrak one. Like, he kind of looks badass in that one, especially with that duck. That's super awesome, and I'm glad that Lakrak is getting a good looking costume. And then this is the Seria one. This should be the free one, and oh, that's a really good one, guys. I'm usually not super hot for bikini costumes in the game, but I have to say this one is yes. I'll just say yes. Alright, let's move on because, yeah, let's move on. So, statistics system page will be moved to a website below. So these are the links for it. I'm not sure if that means actually, because they say that it will be available through the website. So will it be moved from the game entirely? Or is it just that you can access it now outside the game too? It's interesting. It means that while you are not playing, or like, if you are running raids or something, you can still keep browsing this on your PC or something. That could be good. Yeah, and that's all in the sneak peek. So mainly new costumes, new story, Isaiah, enchanting raid. Yeah, and of course a lot of events that are coming with the hype for the end of the story. Let's jump over real quick to the developer note about Isaiah. So, which is the Shepherd of Chaos Isaiah behind the development, that's the name. So, as already we have known, she's the 4th member of the 5 primal demons, Isaiah. And then they do tell about her story that she is actually well, so far from the demons that we have come to know, she's the only one who is really loyal to Leah, the goddess of destruction. And then, yeah, they kind of talk about how she's a heretic saintess, the follower of Leia, and benevolence. So, well, that's an interesting point of view, that they do talk about how she is not actually a fallen priest type of character like Maria or Fallen Frey, but more like someone who was always a believer of Leia. So, and there is a sort of kindness in her evilness. Yeah, it's an interesting point to make, that because she's a true believer, they point out somewhere that she's like a cultist, she doesn't see herself as evil, and that's an interesting point from one of my favorite books, where where the one of the teachers explained to the protagonist that evil often sees itself as just and doing what it has to do or what is right. And they come up with an example that to the mouse a cat is evil, to the cat is just a cat. Alright, so that's basically what they talk about here, that she often just strolls around humans and reads teachings to children. Of course, it's Leah's teachings, not Lua's. With her genuine goodwill, benevolence, and good deeds, Isaiah gives death to Lua's creation. Alright, slippery ground, but yeah, interesting. It's a unique character, a unique personality. So that's what they do explain here and how they came up with this, and then go into a bit of the creation process. Now they first started with these kind of illustrations for her. They really wanted a short skirt and stuff, but then later on they decided that they want to make her more saintly, and so came up with this, and still has a fairly short skirt there, but looks less revealing in most places at the least. And yeah, this should be the final version. Then they also talk about her weapon, which is like a walking stick or cane that hides a sword inside, so it kind of makes her look harmless while still having a weapon, which is, yeah, that's quite okay. Then there are the illustrations where she's like sitting on a pile of human corpses, and supposedly this is a sneer. I don't see a sneer in it. Do you guys do? I don't know. But yeah. And also they explain that she does not have horns, wings, and demon-like appearances, but that's because she is hiding it, and she can freely show them if she wants to. And then they add here something interesting, but it looks like that will be for another day. So we might get this as a costume someday, I guess, where she is like in her pure demon form. That actually, is that a tail behind her, or it just looks like a tail? Huh, curious. That does look like a tail just there behind her, I wonder. Yeah, alright. So that's her 3D modeling. Yeah. I really like her hair, actually. That's some nice accents she has there. And then they talk about her skills, where she is giving buffs and healings to her allies and the opposite to her enemies, which is quite nice. I like the animations. These have been around the internet for a day or two now. And then they show her skills, and this is a very interesting one, that they show that she is kind of sacrificing herself. And yeah, they wanted to give it a creepy vibe, such as the hero using the blade to harm herself or strangle herself with her bare hands. I think that would have been really creepy and maybe a bit too much for a game. Like, I wouldn't put that in a game. This one looks okay, like she really is giving her own blood there to cast the skill, and then she's falling to do this kind of damage. Yeah, I think it kind of fits the theme of the character, so yeah, that's quite alright. And then they show the transcendence scenes for her, how her kind of benevolent nature while giving death is shown. So it's yeah, it's a bit twisted and fitting. I wonder how she managed to pull that sword at that range. Like, there is a length to that, you know, guys. Well, alright. And then this is her transcendence, where they talk about that she is like a mix of light and darkness. So that's what they wanted to convey with this animation. It does kind of work. Seems like she's just collecting souls there, and then sits on a pile of corpses. Yeah, not grotesque at all. Nope. Let's see. So planning for her combat, yeah, they do say that she grants positive effects and heals their HP enemies. She applies negative effects and inflicts damage. And they are balancing the hero so that she can be used in all content, including PvP, depending on how you utilize her. But of course, there may be some changes during the implementation. And yet they say that she is the only one who is deeply loyal to Leah, follows her teachings, and so on. And yeah, in the story she will be facing off Lucius, who is of course the Saint of Lua. So that's something we can look forward to. All in all, seems like a pretty unique character and original one in the world of 킹스레이드. I'm quite looking forward to seeing how she plays out, and can never have enough priests, as we already know. Now, at the end, there is also something like a social network share event. So yeah, they want us to share these posts, and yeah, so we need to share the event posted on Facebook or reshare it, and then based on the number of shares, retweets and stuff, there will be some rewards. This will be given with a coupon code, so you don't need to actually do it yourself if you don't want to. Of course, everyone adding to it helps. The rewards are a bit okay, maybe a bit stingy, but yeah, freebies are freebies, so can't really complain about it. And yeah, that's it, guys, for the sneak peek. As said, don't forget to do the login event and stuff. The rewards are really good. I'm personally am super hyped. Can't wait another week, guys. It's a still whole week. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. This has been Cloudie for now. Bye bye.